Hey everybody and welcome to a new One Piece video. I can't believe I'm saying this. One Piece is gonna turn seasonal with 26 episodes for next year. Before that, it will take 3 months break from January to March. And I'm honestly in disbelief. I don't know how to feel. At first, I was overjoyed, but I remembered that the anime cannot catch up to the manga. Therefore, the pacing is apparently still 1-to-1, which means one chapter per episode. So, what could have made this decision happen? I can think of three reasons. Number one, to improve the production quality, animation, direction, and other aspects. Number two, to make the gap bigger between the anime and manga because of Oda's frequent breaks. And number three is to prevent a potential disaster in the production. And a part of me is still happy that it's one chapter per episode, unlike many, because I think if it adapts two chapters per episode, for example, with how dense One Piece is, there would be no room left to add new scenes or take liberties with it. They released a new key visual. It looks a bit like Masami Mori based on the hands or one of his students. They draw distinct hands. They also gave us the new character designs for the Straw Hats. It seems Midori Matsuda is still the character designer for the arc, and I really love how most of them look. These designs are gonna be complex to animate, so another nightmare added to the animators. But interestingly, you can see thicker lines around the characters. It could not mean anything, but I do hope it's gonna be closer to Wano with thicker lines, because I'm not a fan of Egghead in that regard. This means that in 2026, One Piece will adapt almost everything in Elbaf before the flashback, which means God Valley will be animated in 2027. I truly hope the staff takes this opportunity to make the production better and to add more interesting things and maybe not hit lows again like in recent episodes, for example, because when you shrink the amount of episodes produced to almost half, the natural assumption is better production, unless this happened because the staff was divided on other projects as well, for example movies or new Toei shows, or more One Piece projects. So the One Piece addict in me will be in pain again. But I don't want to set certain expectations because not too much changed after the 6 months. Of course, there were positive changes here and there, but there were very little, and especially first half of Elbaf is not that crazy. There's not much to go wild on. So what is needed here is better direction, better character acting, better photography. And I'm glad we're leaving Egghead soon because the sound effects for the Egghead boots made me go crazy. Like you can get very serious emotional moment, then you hear the Egghead boot and the vibe is completely gone. I'm also glad because Elbaf is more open island and more atmospheric. Egghead has been very dry and there's more room with lighting and other visual aspects with Elbaf. We also got a glimpse of Takashi Kojima's design sheets for Robin and Nami from the upcoming One Piece heroines, which will be directed by Haruka Kamatani, one of the best directors at Toei. I've seen some people complain that they look too different, but they are drawn just like the novel. And Kojima's art is very expressive. I'm a big fan of the expressions here, and it's also refreshing to try new things. We don't have to be stuck on the same thing every time. So to summarize these news, One Piece is seasonal, but not so seasonal. There will be a 3 months break, and that's pretty much it. I was hoping for bigger change with Elbaf anime, for example the character designs. I would have loved if Mori became the character designer, but at the same time it does feel like too much to ask for. Am I gonna hope that the sound effects gonna change? I hope, but I don't expect them. I'm tired of expecting them, so I just gave up on the idea. So these are just my general thoughts. I'm conflicted. It's either bad or good, but only time will tell. It depends on the results. Nothing was mentioned when it comes to the One Piece remake from what I've watched, but I do hope it airs when we have no One Piece content available, so it carries so much. I expect news on Jump Festa, for example. There's no way we don't get even a key visual this late, because it would be ridiculous at this point. So yeah, let's hope these decisions are good, and only time will tell. There's still many Egghead episodes left, there's few big ones, and that should be it. Thanks a lot for watching, like and subscribe. See you next time.